Why was that one of the best laps of my life? I'll tell you in this video. Yamaha MT-09 SP here with us on the 1000 PS hot lap test track in Bad Fischau. That was brilliant. In the background, you can still hear the corresponding scraping noises from our mate Martin, who's currently giving the Honda the beans. But I'm now fully focusing on this mind-expanding experience with the Yamaha MT-09 SP. Why was it so good? Because this bike has the engine of a top-spec power-naked bike. Power-naked bikes are that extra notch above, and this performance is served up in such a way that even on this compact track, you're able to send the power to the back wheel. And maybe some of you keep moaning that the track is too small, the track is too short, the radii are too tight. It's like on our alpine passes, the bends. And with this machine, you can simply slot first in the tight corners, without it then coughing, twitching, or jerking, without it being a faff. And you pop it into first. You glide through the corner as smooth and tender as, without a slippery metaphor, but I reckon you can picture it. Then you roll on the throttle and feed the torque gently to the rear wheel. And in the slightly quicker section, there's a cool little wheelie as you exit the corner. You can't stop it. I'm not a good wheelie rider, but I can't stop myself doing wicked wheelies on this bike. Perfectly measured in sport mode, and the wheelies are like that too. They're not somehow contrived, like it's a stunt action, but the front wheel lift is allowed to just the degree that lets you put as much force as possible to the rear tire to drive forward as hard as possible, and it feels like a rocket catapulting out of the bends. And this ability at low speeds to release power, to use power, I think that's what makes it such a breathtakingly good machine out there in practice, in the hairpins, in the Alps. I'm sure some of you Yamaha MT-09 riders can confirm that in the tighter bends, this bike is stunningly quick and can possibly even put one or another power-naked bike in its place. And then, of course, the three-cylinder engine from Yamaha also has the performance level that on the straights we've got here, where you're clearly over 100 kilometers an hour, you can really give it some. Rev-happy, strong in torque, responsive. That means you can carry that performance right up into the higher speed ranges, and I think overall you've got a sensational pace. On this supermoto track, the upright seating position also works in your favor, meaning you've got more of an urge to push the bike down into the radius when the corners get tighter. I didn't even try to hang off in there, I just pushed it into the corner the same way I would in an alpine hairpin. I reckon that worked really well. The electronic rider aids are a key part of why it works so well. We've got a wheelie crest here, we've got tight corners where sometimes there's a bit of dirt being pulled out, or at least you think it's dirt. It's probably already clean and dry again, but you always have that safety net which doesn't boss you around, and that's what sets it apart. The bike's electronic rider aids are highly refined at a good high level. The ABS isn't an issue for me, it's surely excellent. I'm sure Martin Bauer, who'll ride later, will have a bit of a moan that it still cuts in too early. For me, it was absolutely fine for my riding level, and I was able to pull off properly sporty braking maneuvers. What's also good, we've got Bridgestone S23 tyres on. With the still moderate asphalt conditions, they're hand warm now, I'd guess 30 degrees. We'll measure in a minute. They've coped really well. And overall, I think the bike has managed a cracking lap time. Conditions are spot on too, not too hot yet. We're now in July, early morning. Good asphalt, good tyres, good bike. And yes, I'm reasonably fit in the saddle too. So now I'm really curious. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been this excited. Is it in the top 5? We'll see in a moment.